The 7-7-1 Panthers heading into the 7-3-4 Golden Knights hockey night at T-Mobile Arena. However, before we dive into the teams, we are live in overtime. Colorado following up, and they beat Vancouver just over a minute into overtime. Colorado is able to beat them on the pads low. Hey, go Knights, go from Reno. Morg, cheers, buddy. Actually, having a couple of beers tonight. Cheers, buddy. Go Knights, go from around the way. You know what it is. We didn't have a 5-day break and a road trip this time around, so hopefully at home Vegas can show up. It's all going to be determined on the power play. I guarantee it. So until Vegas is able to figure that out, we're in trouble. Sipping on some tequila, attaboy. Let's go. Yeah, usually I have some bourbon with me, but tonight I've just got a couple of beers laying around. And got nothing going on tomorrow, so figured, you know what? Oh, buddy. Yeah, it's like we were made for each other, my man. Welcome to the stream. I just came in. That's usually what I'm taking breaks for, so I can go take a rip real quick and pop back in. Gotta, especially since the Knights have been struggling a little bit. Gotta ease the tension a little bit. So, word. I actually got some stuff the other day that I'm still kind of, I wouldn't even say really ripping on, but toking on, and it's on the level, man. It's perfect. So, cheers, buddy. Let's enjoy some hockey. That's what you think about Carter Hart. I think he went through the court process. I think he was acquitted or was adjudicated, whatever the word was. And the court said there was not enough evidence to carry this forward. So as far as I'm concerned, due process happened. And I'm not going to, I have no idea what the hell happened. The process played out. It is what it is. I'm not going to sit here and jump on any side because look what happened to the Duke lacrosse team. And then the chick's like, oh, that was complete. I completely made it up. So until I see something that is a lot more than what there is, and in Vegas, like a winning team got to win, the right rise man, just win, baby. Hey, look, if he was found guilty, I would say, anybody who is found guilty and there's the evidence that they partook in that kind of activity, got to be careful because we're on YouTube. Just forced against a woman or especially a child, you dig a hole in the ground, you solve the problem, you fill the hole in. But if you cannot definitively prove that to me, then I'm left with, okay, you have to show me though. And that's how I feel about everything. So it wouldn't change because of the topic, you know what I mean? And I think my biggest thing is he better show up ready to play because if we keep Hill and we get rid of Schmid and Limbaugh and Hart plays like shit, I'm going to be pissed. Because Carl Limbaugh and Akira Schmid are gods right now as far as I'm concerned. They do not deserve the losses they've gotten. So he better come in and play his ass off because if we lose one of them for him and he sucks, I'll be mad. Gotta go. I don't know what's going on with the defense, but it's bad, dude. You're preaching to the choir here. Every conversation with my dad after the game is where the fuck's our defense? We're too big to play as soft as we play. Give away Shea Theodore. I wouldn't trust it, dude. I think Schmid needs to stay as a fucking dog. I love Akira Schmid, and dude, I have never been more impressed with the first. Like I had no idea who Carl Lindbaum was. My first ever time seeing him was against Tampa last Sunday, and my mind was blown. I love this kid. And Akira Schmid, I feel the same way. Akira Schmid has been looking for his chance to get back in. And every opportunity he gets, he is just, like you said, a dog. He's just going nuts. Made it for rookie. Holy shit, dude. His stats suck because of the defense in front of him, and it pisses me off so bad. Like, Hayden Korzak should not be on the ice. Put Ben Hutton in. I don't know what is so hard to understand about Ben Hutton being a better defenseman than Caden Korzak. Likewise, Lazon needs to stay his ass out of the box. I like Lazon, but he's starting to piss me off with his stupid penalties. And Shea Theodore, we're stuck with because we paid him too much money, so we'll never get rid of him, and we need to. All right, we got puck drop. Actually, not too far behind tonight. Let's hope there's not too much buffering. Howden going right up the gut, leaves it back for Righty Smith. He turns, shoots. Save Bob Borowski. Follow up attempt by Howden, goes between the legs of Bob, but he is able to keep it safe. Good start. Ben Hutton keeps that defense together. Yeah, Ben Hutton is my dude. He's bigger. He's smarter. He's better at the blue line. He's better in front of the net. He's better on the boards. And they just, no, Caden Korzak is our guy. Don't get it. You know, every now and then that's one of the bigger complaints for me about Vegas. Has almost everything to do with management. Like, performance pisses me off, but there's a lot of stuff that's like, yeah, well, if you had this guy instead of this guy, then that wouldn't have happened. Puck behind Bob Roski trying to go out front. And Florida's going to recover and go back the other way. Marchand loses it into the Vegas zone. Golden Knights head back. Polisar up on the high boards, takes a bump from Forsling into the corner. And it's going to be sent back up the boards and out. All the way down. Nope. I'm not sure how that wasn't an icing, but they decided to call no icing. Love a team like Florida. They do what we need to do. More physical, yeah. Kachuk, even though he's not a Knight. The thing I hate about Kachuk is, like a lot of guys in the league, he's one of those dudes that'll smack you in the back of the head, like cheap shot you from behind, and then go hide behind his teammates in the ref. So I think that's Bush League. But the guy's an incredibly talented player. You can't deny that. He's incredible with Florida. So I can't disagree with you there. I do typically like Florida. A couple guys do some bullshit, but it's not as much as usual. Like, I'll never be a Marchand fan, even though I'm nicer to him than I used to be. But, like, Bob Roski's a G, Reinhardt's crazy. Rodriguez is a hidden gem in that offense that nobody pays attention to. Bennett's a boss. Forsling. They have good dudes. It's him, Marchand. It's fucking like, yeah. Dude, Kachuk, Marchand, they're on the list for me with like Tom Wilson and Evander Kane and Donnell Nurse, Keandre Miller. Shot from Vegas. Who is that? Dorofeyev gets a little squeeze right past Bennett, able to fire it on Bobo, but it is covered up. Face off coming in the Florida zone. Oh, you got a little fight going on. They didn't show it. Who is that? Lazon and number 6. Number 6 for Florida. There goes Lazon to a box on a stupid penalty. Looking like it was a fight, but it was number 6. Sabrongo. All right. Dude, Whitey even goes, or who's that? Yeah, White Cloud even goes over to try and stop the fight, but Lazon's like, no, we're going, bro. See, I really like Lazon. I hate the stupid penalties, but I really like Lazon. Been a hidden talent in Vegas offense. You think Eichel and Martin were great, but Dorofeyev is insanely good. I've been saying that since he joined the team, man. Dorofeyev is one of my favorites instantly. He has my favorite first NHL goal, which is the one that hit him in the nose and then went in. That's still my favorite. Like, Dorofeyev is brilliant. I wish he could, if he would be able to gain like 20 pounds, 5 to 10 pounds of muscle, 20 pounds of total mass without losing speed, he would be an absolute nuisance on the ice. Right now, he's just a hair on this. He does great on the boards. He knows how to get under guys, but it is still a little too easy to put him on his ass. I wish he was just a little bigger. And that is to take nothing away from him. The guy is a G. Like, Dorofeyev is one of my favorite Golden Knights. Absolutely. But yeah, I wish he was a little heavier on his skates when he went to the boards. Stone Eichel jersey, want to get a Carly? Yeah, there you go. Dude, that is still. We kicked their. I can't believe it. We fucked them up or we kicked their ass. Talking about the Coyotes, that was my back. Him up there drunk was my background on my computer for the longest time. That's why we kind of collect jerseys as a family. So got Stone, and that's Carrier. And then we've got like Flurry. Flurry's is Hockey Fights Cancer. We've got like a Veterans Day, Cody Glass. We got a Schmitty. We got a couple of them. Big fan of a lot of the guys. Like, happy to get a Cody Glass and a Nate Schmidt before they left. Unfortunate, dude, if Cody Glass didn't get hurt, he would have been an animal for us. Follow-up shot, buffers. Can we please stop it with the buffering the feeds? Shot on net. I have no idea what happened. Let me try and refresh. Brian Vegas won the Cup bombs. The Vegas native, and so is my dad. They moved up to Real. I love the night so much, dude. That's awesome. Like, all right, hang on. The feed's just completely wrecked. Let me see if I get it back. Probably going to be a little bit further behind. Let's see. Nope, that's not too bad. Okay. Yeah, my dad, I ended up staying home. Why? I just want to watch the fucking game, guys. Come on. The feeds have been terrible for some reason recently. But my dad and his buddy actually went down to T-Mobile Plaza and watched it outside on the big screen. That's didn't make it to playoffs that year. Got a bunch of playoff towels from the years before. But I'm starting, dude. There's nothing that annoys me more than having stuff say, like, look, is what it is. But when something says top quality, no buffering, and then you click on and then you're watching and it buffers like a motherfucker, that is one of those, like, dude, just tell me it's gonna be shit and I'm cool. It's the labeling it that actually annoys the hell out of me. Okay, rant over. All right, this feed is behind quite a bit. Try and get the other one to work. Barbie trying to toss it up. Nope, Marner. Puck does make it to Barbashev, but brought right back in by Florida. Tossed around the back of the net. How is that not an interference or a hold? Marner just got tackled. How is that not a call? Found you, and I know I felt a nice fan to watch the games. Fuck yeah, man. Do the say, hey, dude, we got to put up what we put up with, but I love having you around, man. It's already been good conversation. And honestly, you hit the nail on the head as to why I'm here. It gets boring watching the game by yourself, especially when you're screaming at the TV alone. So might as well hop online and get some people to join in with me, you know? Barbashev been cooking as late. It's amazing. Absolutely. The one thing, Barbashev, I always called Barbie the bowling ball because in his first 2 years, he hit people harder than I've ever seen anybody hit anything. Like, he came in and was putting people 4 feet in the air every time he made contact. And since, last 2 years, he has really stopped hitting. And so that's a little bit of a bummer. I wish he was still hitting the way he was. Why did that come up there but not on there? Yeah, the team shoots the puck. Damn it, dude. You can go back and look on my streams the amount of times I'm sitting here yelling, shoot the fucking talk, will you? Especially at Eichel and Stoney. Theodore right up the gut trying to get up the middle. And, of course, he hits a guy a foot in front of him, headed back the other way. Shot on. Lindbaum goes wide. Down in the low corner. Up into the low point. Across the blue line. Shot comes in off the backboards. Marner trying to flip it away. Vegas can't get it out of the zone, sending it back down. It gets stopped. Greer gets shut down by Hurdle. See, Mikula putting it on target. Lindbaum fights it away. We get a Stone jersey and R and Vegas script on it. So it's like glorified Stoner. There you go. It's funny, actually, if you can find a jersey that has Stoner on it. I forgot the guy's first name, but what a friend of mine back in the day, it was like Carl Stoner or something like that, played for Vegas our first year. He might have played a game, but there are official Vegas jerseys with Stoner on the nameplate. But that would be sick. Doing it a little extra would be sick. Like, this is my favorite jersey by far, because that's Stoney classic gray, the gray that they're phasing out. They're only wearing it 2 more times this year. Which the gold has grown on me, but I love that original gray with the helmet on it. Reinhardt trying to cut in the center, cut off. Good play by Hannafin, taken away by Whitey. All the way up, and that's going to be, no, Florida picked it off before the icing went down. Offsides, however, on the Cats. 8 minutes gone in the first. Shots are 5-4 Vegas. No, it's sad about the gray, but I would say bring back the Vegas red jerseys. It would be per represent UNLV and Vegas, dude. The retro throwback, again, this one I got, it's my favorite, dude. That's a Will Carrier jersey. And that's one of my favorite players ever. And I love that jersey. I love the retro red. It is fantastic, dude. Like I said, I like a lot of the stuff they've done, except for that trashy Vegas diagonal with the weird numbers that it was the glow in the dark. That jersey annoyed the hell out of me. You're at the Real Gray game? Bernadette, shout out. Go Knights, go. Fuck yeah, man. That's awesome. My favorite part about going to the game is the Knights chant in the anthem, in the national anthem. I gotta ask, where you sitting? What section you in? I'll save you $20. Have a beer for you. Went to a Knights game in 24 against Columbus. Eichel scored a hat trick. Dude, that is awesome. That is so sick. Yeah, I've been to a couple hat trick games, and there's nothing like it, man. The place just explodes. That's one of the most envious I've been about going to a game. My dad went to, I believe it was the first year when we beat San Jose in overtime. I don't remember if that was the clinching game to move on, but he's got a towel from that game, and that is still like, that's one of the prized possessions. Smed, Gaudreau, oh, that's awesome, man. Gaudreau is just an amazing guy. So, yeah, dude. Fucking Johnny Hockey, bro. Yeah, that's all you ever hear about Gaudreau, man. But yeah, Bernadette, dude, I'm jealous. Very jealous. I gotta say, shout out. Like I said, you gotta let us know where you're sitting in the arena. I'm gonna start guessing at who you are. I wanna see you. No. They remember me and them was like, you're wearing the wrong jersey, but it'd be a hell of a game. Dude, that's the thing, man. Like, oh, what do you know? Giveaway. Shea Theodore sets a shot up for Lundell, but Lindbaum there to save it. Coming back out to Barbashev. He flutters it, but it goes across. Eichel has a step against Forsling. He has to chop up. Sorry, stop up, hits the blue line, dumps it in, but right onto a Florida stick. Fighting against Forsling is Barbashev. Hard on the wall. Eichel takes the puck. Marner in the middle. Eichel shoots. Save Bobrovsky. McNabb across the blue line. Puck fed down low. Barbashev fighting Forsling behind the net. Marner reaching in, pokes it away, and Florida is going to get the clear. Dude, that was a massive save. I cannot tell you how much I love Carl Lindbaum. Vegas would do black, gold, silver, third jersey. Dude. I would love to see, I want to see black, I would love silver accents with gold trim on a black jersey. So very little silver, very, very gold and black. So that instead of, like I said, instead of using the gold as the main color, use it as the accent or as the trim. So like I'm looking, make the whole thing black. Put gold for the red, gold around the numbers, gold around the stars, gold for the name, and just have it be like a straight up gold on black. I have this picture in my mind, but I can't like like I said, I have this picture in my mind, but it's kind of I'd have to actually hop in like Photoshop or something and make it to get it on paper. I don't. All right, next commercial. I'm running for another beer, so I'll be taking a second. Back behind the net, Jones trying to get clear, takes a bump from Sod, loses it. Up the boards, Lazon throws it at the net and goes wide. Puck up to the high boards, high point sent back by Korzak. Florida able to clear after it hits bodies. Actually, that was Whitecloud, not Korzak. So I don't think I've seen the number 6 yet, but I don't think I've seen Hutton yet either. Very interesting. Lazon dumping in as Reinhart follows up. Fighting Jones on the high wall. Rodriguez gets it stolen by Reinhart. Sissons takes the pass and they try to go down. Down low. But Vegas is able to clear and go back for a reset from the red line. Tossing it in. Reinhart following up on net. Kicked away by the stick of Bobrovsky. Sissons fighting on the high board, trying to get it back down low. And Florida is going to come away with it. Rodriguez hits the red line and dumps it in. Puck in the high corner, sent back to the point. Florida going back down low. The pass from Reinhart to the center, stopped by the stick of Sissons. Battle in the high corner, not able to get it out. Puck comes back down low. Rodriguez trying to get it into the middle. Rodriguez takes a shot. Big save. Carl Lindbaum. And with 11 minutes to go 11 minutes gone in the first. The shots are 7-7. No score yet. Let me go grab a beer. We're back. My bad. Don't even know if it went to commercial break, but it looks like it did not, as they're going to break now. The trick I learned recently, actually, don't be afraid to foam your beers if you're pouring out of a can or out of a bottle. Let that gas out. That way, it's either going to get out when you pour the beer, or it's going to get out when it's sitting in your stomach. It's a lot better when it comes out first. All right, hey, let's check in on the league. I know there were a couple other games going on today. Let's see. Second intermission. Blue Jackets over the Oilers 3-1 in Edmonton. The Rangers over the Predators 6-3 in New York. And in overtime, the Islanders beat the Devils 3-2 in New Jersey. The Devils and the Islanders have been very interesting. Both teams either play very well or very shitty. And the Islanders have been, I mean, at best, guessing if they'll win or lose is 50-50. Like, the Islanders have been surprising the hell out of me. Dude, why are you going to show Mark Stone right now? Come on, dude. The one thing that can save the Golden Knights that we don't get to have. Swear to God, if Mark Stone doesn't come wrapped in bubble tape with 348 braces on his body, I'm going to be pissed. Oh, I forgot to turn my fan on. Man, it's hot as shit in here. All right. Getting back to puck drop. We got 757 on there. We'll see what's up here. 836. That is way further off than I was hoping it would be. You see if I can find a you see how the other stream's doing. Whoops. Eight, 10. Okay, so that is the better stream. All right, we'll deal with that. Under 8 minutes to go in the first period. Marner resetting from inside his own zone. All right, so as we're winding down, how we typically do things is first intermission, we take a break. And that way I can go take a rip, have a stogie. And everybody can get some food, a drink, do whatever you need to do. And then during second intermission, we tend to hang out. At least that's what I'm trying to do. So that's the plan. Theodore sends it back around the net, down low. Eichel bringing it up the low boards from the corner. It's the blue line, feeds it across to McNabb, takes a quick shot, and Bob Roski able to send it off target. Eichel circling to the middle. Great pass to Marner. Marner creeping, stops up, and he misses a fucking wide open. Mitch Marner just had probably the easiest goal he'll ever see. Like, let me see. I'll tell you in a sec. He didn't elevate the puck. He beat Bob Roski so bad, and then didn't elevate the puck, so it go. Yeah, so we're doing great, buddy. How you doing? For the love of God, man. That is the third wide open net we have missed. You had Riley Smith throwing it straight into the goalie the other day, and you had Dorofeyev missing a wide open net. Right there, Mitch Marner couldn't have had an easier goal. And instead of taking the second to make sure he gets the puck in the air, he throws it into the pad and skies it out of play. Unbelievable. Under 6.5 minutes to go in the first. We don't look bad, man. I'm worried about the second period, though, because Florida's going to adjust, and we will not. Just because we haven't done it yet. Or maybe twice this season, we've actually made proper adjustments for the second period. Well, we're winning a lot of the battles. We're getting the puck in. Our O time's got to be about a minute ahead of theirs, 40 seconds to a minute ahead. Hurdle right back into the zone off a great pass. Ends up being forced to go out of the zone back to neutral. Whitey sets up Lazon, kicking it forward, and Colasar. Looked like Colasar got slashed, but what are they calling us? Offsides when the puck was 50 feet into the zone? Fuck just happened? So yeah, we're not doing too bad. It's not terrible, not great. Um, we're not taking. Well, actually, where are we sitting on shots right now? Shots are 10-8, so we're shooting more than we usually do, and the shots are getting to the net, which is huge. Now, dumbasses would stop missing wide open nets. Bro, Marner missed. Marner made the juke of the century. Eichel, I think it was Eichel made the great pass to Marner. It might have been McNabb. Anyway, Marner's coming off the high dot towards the net, makes a beautiful juke, goes to the empty net because he beats Bobrovsky, puts it into Bobrovsky's pad. Like, Bob didn't even lift his leg or nothing. It was flat on the ground. He knew it was flat on the ground. He took a moment and put it into the pad instead of getting it over. So it's one of those like, bro, what are we doing? What are we doing? But since you just got back, so what we typically do is the first period is when we take a break, and we'll take pretty much the entire intermission. Um, that way I can step out and take a couple rippers real quick and get a drink, get a snack. Anybody watching can do the same. And then we come back for the second period, and this time we're going to hang out, typically try and hang out through second intermission. But we got a break coming up shortly here as we get to the end of the period. Yeah, just a great. Okay, that was a great pass to McNabb from Eichel. Another great stick lift, gets the stick back, sets up another great pass to Marner, and then he misses the wide open net. Ah. Face off just outside of the Florida zone on the low dot. Colasar loses it to Bennett. Out into neutral. You're watching on scripts now, finally, right on. Yeah, the timing may be a bit off. I think I'm actually, yeah, they just blew the whistle. So I don't think I'm as far off as I originally thought I was, but I'm typically anywhere from like 20 to 40 seconds behind. Sportsnet, Nevada Sportsnet, dude. Everything I do these days, I do like I'm watching the scripts feed. They can eat my ass if they think I am paying them, or if I'm paying nighttime, or if I'm paying ESPN, or if I'm paying, dude. The amount of game, like we have paid for services over and over again, and then the game's blacked out in Vegas. Ooh, big shot, but a big miss from Perry, and then that one goes in, beating Lindbaum, who was way out on the top of the crease. Not sure what the idea was there. But Florida, Florida starts the scoring. Let me see what happened. Battle in the high corner. It goes off the ref's fucking skate. All right, that didn't end up causing it, but dude, just the refs have caused problems so fucking many times. Did Lazon just catch a high stick as that puck was going in? Unreal. Unreal, dude. Our defense is so shit. But that one kept going the way it did because it went off the ref skate. But yeah, brother, I've always been on the side of like I'm willing to pay for stuff, no problem. But when we pay for stuff on Dish and they're like, oh, yeah, no, you'll have that channel. And then we have the channel, but every game's blacked out. It's like, yeah, screw you. We're done. Dude, defense needs to show the fuck up. Dorofeyev trying to go through the middle of the ice. A little stick lift by Lundell causing problems. Dude, the fucking buffering. Puck on the low boards. Marchand sends it into the corner. Back around the net. Barbashev. Eichel recovers. He'll set it up for Hannafin. And there's Caden Korzak, who has no business being on the damn ice. But hey, it's not his fault. Let's just switch the partner. Let's switch his defensive partner, because clearly Korzak isn't the one that's shit. And he had a better game last game. I know. I agree. But the guy's got no business being here when Ben Hutton's sitting in the background. Trying to follow up close off a shot from Dorofeyev. Hurdle can't send it home. Now Dorofeyev trying to keep it in. He gets forced out. Again, that's exactly why I say he needs to gain 20 pounds. Dorofeyev is fantastic. He's just a little too easy to bully. Which makes me laugh every time. So many people have tried to start fights with Dorofeyev, and it's like, bro, really? Like, how do you feel good about yourself as a man trying to fight Pavel Dorofeyev? Like I said, you go to fucking elementary schools, kick little kids off the handle or the monkey bars. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Hurdle, unfortunately, got a little too much air under it as he was trying to backhand it through the 5-hole. And Pavel would fight like Rocky Balboa. Oh yeah, no, dude, he would be pre serum Captain Rogers. He'd be just, I could do this all day. It's like, yeah, but your jaw's broken, your nose sideways, your eyes black. Let's just call it good, buddy. No, let's fight. Okay. Okay, you got me on that one, but you could do this all day. that would be Pavel Dorofeyev. Dude, just imagine him going against Revo. Fucking Ryan Reeves getting pissed at Dorofeyev and just wanting to put one on him. Holy shit, dude. It's like, okay, let's watch this murder. I keep forgetting I gotta be careful with fuck YouTube. Never mind. If they hide my shit, they hide my shit. I try to watch what I say for YouTube, but I completely lack the ability. Look up into the middle. Jones trying to put it on net. Hits McNabb, goes wide as Bennett was fighting for position. Puck back to the high point in the Vegas zone. Mikula puts it off the skate of Eichel. Quick turn and dump in from Florida, and Vegas has a moment to reset as the Cats go for a change. 2:21 to go in the first period. And I have seen this buffering circle more than I have seen my own ass, and it is getting old. Oh, don't tell me they just killed the fucking stream. Okay, there we go. All right, Panthers are going to put pressure on in the last 90 seconds. It's going to be up to Vegas to get aggressive and shut them down fast. Already, Reinhart down low, cycling back to the point. Shot on net, goes wide. Sissons feeding it back behind. Left back for Lazon from White Cloud. Lazon going for the stretch pass, misses everybody, and we have a Vegas icing. Man, let me tab this together real quick. So, what do we notice from the first period? Our defense does not exist. Okay. Physicality does not exist. Okay. We haven't been terrible in the offensive zone. We're not taking advantage of opportunities, which is going to cost us It has cost us, and it's going to keep costing us. If you're going to get handed a wide open net, you have to make it. We do not have the capability of doing that. So that's going to cost us. If we can get out to the, if we can start the first period, get, Florida tripping us or get a penalty and actually score. Actually, I mean, even if we don't score, if we have an aggressive power play that gets 4 or 5 shots on net, we'll be okay. If that doesn't happen, we're in trouble, dude. But coming back out of the Vegas zone, dumped in from the red line, and it's another icing. No, it's not. Verhaeghe scoops it up from behind Bobrovsky. Sends it to Jones, who gets it to Mikla, back up to Verhaeghe, and this fucking buffering circle, dude. I don't know what else to do. I mean, I got other sites. Well, I'll try and find other sites for the start of the second period so we don't have to deal with this. We're under 30 seconds, though. Florida working through neutral. Pass down on the low boards. Bennett into the zone. Shot from the low dot. Hits Lindbaum and goes up high over the back glass, or off the back glass. 15 seconds. As Hurdle has it, trying to go up to Eichel. Good pass off his skate. Eichel from the low baseline out front. And nobody could catch the damn puck. How about that? That's the end of the period. Good freaking grief, dude. What is it going to take, guys? What is it going to take for us to actually connect on a beautiful opportunity that gets handed to us by the other team? I don't know what to think. I don't know what to think. At this point, it's like, all right, tell you what. Here's what's going to happen. Vegas is going to play like trash, and either the other team's going to play worse and Vegas wins, or Vegas loses. And then Mark Stone comes back, and we'll suddenly remember how to play hockey. I'm like, dude, I know how important Mark Stone is to him. Being gone collapses everything. And it starts with the power play. And I do think that is the overall cause is Mark Stone is so necessary for the power play that we get power plays, we don't score, our confidence takes a shit, and then it just keeps cascading. Oh, dude, shot. I wish I had bourbon, bro. I really do wish I had bourbon. I prefer it. And I just spilled shit all over my face. But yeah, first, the reason why it's 3 period. Exactly. The biggest problem Vegas has had over the last, even when we won it, over the last like 5 years, the biggest problem that the Golden Knights have is they do not play 60 minutes of hockey. They typically play about 40 to 50 minutes. And they rarely show up on time. So the fact that they showed up ready to play at 7 was actually a pretty good thing. But it's not like we're at the point where they need, our defense is lost. And again, I don't know why we extended Shea Theodore. It annoys the living shit out of me because the guy has never been that good. I'm sorry. His defense has been better at times, but his offense is trash. I really never been a fan of Pietrangelo. I've been a Pietrangelo hater since day one, flat out. I'll admit it 100 times out of 100. Shea, I have tried to like, man, but I just cannot. Caden Korczak, I will say it till I'm blue in the face, needs to go. They need Ben Hutton on the ice. And Shea Theodore needs to learn how to mitt. Again, there's a reason I call him Giveaway Shea. Unreal. You're 100% right, Morgan. The guys need to figure out if they want to play hockey or not, because good Lord. You got 5 guys on the team who always want to play hockey, who never give up. The rest of the guys are like, oh, well, there's another game in a couple days. But hey, this is where I sneak out to go, do a little couple things. I need to go borrow Summit 1G has his base. He really wants to show me. I guess it's his mom's. And I can't be rude. I've put him off a couple times, so I need to go and check it out. So I'm going to go do that, and we will be back in a couple of minutes, and we'll see you then, brother. ready for the second period. Still have probably 2 minutes before they actually drop the puck. But let's take a look. Well, before we dive into this game, currently the Blue Jackets are up on the Oilers 4-2. Ooh, in Edmonton. After they just lost 9-1 to Arizona. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, you just love to see it. But Boquist getting the goal for Florida. Panthers winning 60% of the faceoffs. 13 hits to 6 in favor of Florida. 5 block shots to 2 in favor of Vegas. 5 giveaways to 4. Vegas has more. And 2 takeaways to 1 in favor of Vegas. So shots are 13-10. So we are getting opportunities. A few of them have actually been fantastic opportunities. Unfortunately, we just haven't been able to come away with the goal. Nothing like warm beer. That's why I need to milk that one. Let the other one sit in the freezer for as long as possible. See what's going on in the world. Looks to be the same old typical shit. Same stuff from yesterday. So, all right, they're heading back onto the ice. Trying to find still trying to figure out if I can find a better stream. Fuck it, I think we'll just stick with this until it fails, and then we'll bounce around again. Man, Marner did everything right except get it past the pad. Again, 13 shots in the first period is already something that I like to see. Being down 1-0 is nothing new. It is what it is. 13 to the net on 20 attempts with 9 chances. I'm all right with that. 3 high danger chances to their 1, 5 off cycle to their 3. We're all right. We'll figure it out. Puck drop for the second period. Golden Knights Club, and they finally get to the red line, not across though, as the puck stop and it goes up into the bench. Face off at center dot. Slusternien, right? Yeah. Starting to remember a lot more of the Florida names. Lundell versus Howden, and Florida comes away with it. Puck into the Vegas zone, into the high corner. McNabb tries to get it around to White Cloud. Does. Howden unable to skate it past Marchand, and now Lusterinen on the low circle sends it to the net. Good stop, Lindbaum. Well, that looked like it was going out of play, but it goes off the glass. Riley Smith scared me with a penalty coming right there. Vegas coming back, Florida was coming back through the middle. Colasar leans on Jones and knocks him down. Florida reset. White Cloud dumps it in. Word, welcome back, man. Vegas trying to control in the Florida zone. Puck bouncing around. They come away with it, trying to go up front, but a good stick by Florida knocks it back to the middle. And Reinhardt's able to clear. Florida Rodriguez up on the high boards. Hannafin loses it. Rodriguez gets a shot on net that Lindbaum sends to the low wall. Yeah, I mean, the big difference from a lot of the other games is right now we have 13 shots from 20 attempts, and usually that's not nearly that high. So big shot, letting it rip from the blue line, misses. So offensively, I like where we're at. Marner feeds it across, and Eichel goes into the body of Rodriguez. Eichel trying to feed it down low. Puck misses off the stick of Barbashev. Yeah, offensively, I don't mind where we're at. We need a little puck luck, and that's about it. Feeds it out, feeds it to the side, and Eichel just goes right. Great stop by Rodriguez. What are we looking at here? Apparently face off to the right of Bob. They were doing a replay, so didn't know what was going on. Dodd trying to work it down. Theodore throws it towards the middle. Recovered. Shot by Hurdle goes wide. Hurdle recovers on the high wall, cycling to the blue line. Starts heading back in. Shoots. Hits something in front of him, and it goes up and out of play. I said, we're not... Defensively, we need a little help. Offensively, I like where we're sitting. Or I like how we're looking. Just a good stick. Puck up to the low point. Theodore can't get there in time. He resets from his own blue line. Dorofeyev back to Theodore to the red line. Across, not going anywhere. Lazan scoops up the puck. Hurdle across the red line into the zone. Fed up towards the goal, but Colasar couldn't break. Or who is that? That was Sod, couldn't break through. Puck heads right back out. 71. Who's 71? Hang on a second. Is that Gadjevich? No, Kunin. Greer's 10. Gadjevich is not playing. Okay. That makes a lot of sense now. Into the Florida zone, low corner, fed back up the low wall. Bennett goes out to the middle, misses Boquist, but Boquist will recover at the red line, go in. Vegas catches it just inside, and now White Cloud takes the puck as an offsides is called. Yeah, it's like I said, offensively, we're right there. We can't really do much except actually put the puck in the net. The chances are developing. We're running plays inside the zone. We're maintaining possession long enough to get multiple opportunities. Like everything is reading in favor of us scoring, except for putting the puck in the net. Except now we're going to go a man down. Well, Sisson's stick is in half. Is it Florida? Oh. White Cloud is going to the box for an interference. That's Reinhardt. Lazan's stick was broken in half, which is interesting. Okay, Sisson's kind of broke his own stick. That's on him. But yeah, right, you can't do that. Reinhardt. I thought it was more of a hook than an interference, but can't do that. Sisson's facing off against Reinhardt. Or Verhage, sorry. Lundell up to the blue line. Jones from the center throws it down and hits bodies. And it is sent all the way down. Sod is racing like a madman. Puck coming in on the low boards. Back check. Marchand turns around and is able to work it forward. Lundell into the zone. Leaves it for Brett Hagee. Picked off by the Knights and sent back down to Bobrovsky. Bob sets it for Reinhart, who leaves it for Jones. Verhaeghe up the boards. Marner causing a little disruption, but now Verhaeghe heading in. 3-on-3, or 3-versus-3 as Jones and McNabb go into the corner. Florida comes away with it. On the high wall, to the point, back to the high wall. Reinhart looking, back to Jones on the point, across the blue line. Lundell tries to get it down low, gets tipped off the back glass. Back to the high point. Jones throwing it towards the net, stopped by McNabb, way out high. Lundell to the low baseline. Sent up to Jones on the blue line. Back to Lundell on the low dot, trying to go across, and a shoot and miss. Oh, my goodness. You're absolutely right. He's standing on his head. Thank goodness for Carl Lindbaum, because, man, this could be a much different game. And McNabb kind of took Lindbaum out right there. Yeah, that was 100% Marchand whiffing on that one. It's fun seeing Marchand sad. It's probably not going to last long. Cycling to the blue line. Ekblad sets it up on the high circle. Missed shot. Whitecloud battling Lusterinen. Gets it around, and the Golden Knights just miss out on a 2v1 the other way. We're making the future starter with Schmid. That's what I'm saying, dude. Get rid of Hill. Hill's not. He's a good goalie. I don't want him. He's not as good as everybody seems to think he is. I'm sorry. All right, that should be a penalty on Ekblad, right? Vegas power play with 9 seconds left on the clock on their extra man. It is. Ekblad going to the box. But yeah, it's like I said, I don't know how Carter Hart's going to look. I hope he's fantastic, because he better be worth it if he's going to replace Schmid or Lindbaum in his AHL system. Yeah, at the very least. But here's the thing, though. If I'm Schmid or Lindbaum, like, Schmid is on his second chance after leaving New Jersey. So him going to AHL would probably kill his the confidence a little bit. Lindbaum, absolutely, but he should be able to demand a couple mil from different, like, imagine like Winnipeg taking Lindbaum and replacing Comrie. That would make Winnipeg unstoppable. You know what I mean? And he has the right to demand $2-3 million as fresh as he is with the performance so far. Now, he'd have to keep it up all season, but so far he's worth the money. And so if somebody can get him cheap that already has a good goalie, the league's in trouble. And if I'm Lindbaum, I'd want to stay in Vegas, but hey, pay me. You know, yeah, he has every right. Marner fed out front to Hurdle and stopped by Bobrovsky. And now we have another whistle. Dude, the buffering is killing me. With 1:11 to go on the Vegas power play. Shots are 15-12 Vegas, 13:37 to go in the second, and Mikkola is headed to the box for a Vegas 5-on-3. 71 seconds. The Dodgers play hero time is about to be in paradise. Oh, absolutely. Dude, I miss the early years. That wasn't much, but it got called, which I am amazed by. So we're going 5-on-3. Again, 71 seconds for a 5-on-3. Vegas needs to score. We're cooked. Dorofeyev to the point. Marner sends it to Eichel. Back to Marner. Theodore. Top of the low circle. Bouncing puck on him. Heads back to the blue line. Dorofeyev down low. Theodore. Top of the high circle. Marner tries to go to Eichel. Good stick by Jones. Knocks it loose, but Eichel recovers. Chasing it down to the dot, to the baseline, back up high. Marner looking for a place to go, right up the gut. He goes to Dorofeyev down low, back to Theodore out high. Dorofeyev down low, and he can't control the puck. Sends it back to Hurdle, down around the net to Eichel, top dot. Theodore with a big shot, misses the net. And Dorofeyev can't win the first foot race against Forsling. 30 seconds on the two-man advantage before we go to a 50-second power play. Vegas needs to score now. And give away Shea. Jesus Christ, dude. And it's offside, so Hannafin has to reset. Good grief, dude. We just went offsides on a two-man advantage. Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. Unbelievable, man. Our special, like our penalty kill hasn't been too bad. But our power play with Mark Stone is trash, and I don't understand how it goes that far south with Stoney out. Like I do, but I don't. Michael resetting from the red line back to 5-on-4 hockey. Dorofeyev trying to get back low to Eichel, who sends it around. Puck on the high boards. Marner can't control. Florida clears it down. 40 seconds left on the Vegas power play. Shots are 16-12 Vegas with 12:10 to go in the second period. Hannafin with speed down the low boards. Cutting around to the front of the net. Goes off Bobrovsky's pads. And Reinhart recovers. Clears it all the way down. Back to Lindbaum. Me and my folks tomorrow night. She's mixed and my folks are very opposed. So I'm not... Dude, that sounds like if you don't know how your parents are going to receive it, that sounds like a you problem, bro. And I don't mean that in a dick way. Like, I hope maybe I should reword how I just said that, but if you're bringing her home to your parents, then you should know how she's going to be received. Is she good to you? Does she care about you? You know, or is she a total every name under the sun? You know what I mean? Like, they're your parents, bro. Come on. And hey, I don't know you. I don't know your parents, but Republican doesn't mean shit, dude. When I hear they're very Republican, I hear, so what, Christian? Conservative? Yeah, that is definitely me problem. They support me a lot, and she is amazing to me, and she's been with me for 4 months. Then, dude, you got nothing to fucking worry about. You know, and I appreciate that you understand that, because having that thought, like, dude, you should know exactly what's going to happen the second you walk in. You know, I mean, anytime I've ever introduced anybody to my parents, I knew how they were going to react. They were going to have a smile on their face. They were going to say hi, and they were going to be friendly and joke and talk. And do you need anything? Like, we're making this for dinner, you know, like, if your parents love you, you love your parents, and then you two are happy, bro, you got nothing to worry about, man. Don't. And especially, like, again, if you're worried about what your parents are going to say, it leans more towards your thoughts than theirs. So if you love them, they love you, get that shit out of your head, fucking go enjoy meeting the fam tomorrow. So thinking, oh, stupid ass ADHD. Nah, hey, Morg, listen, bro, I'm 35. I've been through this shit. If you're a younger cat and you haven't, then I expect questions like that. But the difference here is, like, 9 times out of 10, if you have a problem, it's your fucking problem. You know what I mean? And there's no way to be overly nice about that. It's like, if you're tripping on something, it's more than likely you're tripping on something. So the easiest thing to do, you're 22. Oh yeah, dude, you haven't, like, not to say you haven't been through shit. I met 22-year-olds that have been through a lot of life, bro. But if you haven't dealt with this yet, then anything you're thinking about is on you. Like, if you've ever introduced a girl to your parents, then you should know exactly what'll happen. If you never have, then you should trust your parents to know exactly what's going to happen. So chill. Like, 100% you're overthinking it. It's normal. Like, it's not like you're freaking out or doing anything different than any other dude goes through. But as long as you're not like, if something frustrates you about her and you go and bitch about it to your parents, then you should expect that to be what your parents think about her. So be very aware of how you talk to your parents about her. Be very aware of how you talk to her about your parents, because that's going to be their concept until you guys meet, or until they meet. And so as long as everything has been happy, dude, you should expect to have a great night tomorrow or a great day tomorrow. Hey, never worry about apologizing on shit like that. Like, dude, coming into this stream is more about the conversation than the hockey. Like, for real. Not even at all knows of her mom. She's like, for what I said, boom. What are you tripping on? Like, unless you've been lying, you've got nothing to worry about. Unless you're like, I mean, if they straight up asked you to describe her and you lied when you described her, then, you know, again, it falls in your direction. Like, that's not on them. So as long as you've been honest, then you got nothing to worry about, bro. It's all like, again, totally normal to have the nervousness and the I don't know. But like I said, when I see somebody say, oh, they're very Republican, I'm like, all right, so what? They're Christian, pro family, you know, which like right there, it's pro family. Yeah. Okay, cool. Then yeah, then we're good. Even I know we met from mutual friend. Like, fuck them. Hey, there you go. Shout out to be a relationship after a while. Dude, it's happened with me. One night stands or going to a party one time ends up, like you said, you hook up and it's like, man, you know what? And it's like, oh, it turns out she's still thinking about me. Okay. And then you started fucking having fun. Okay, this feed seems to be not too far back, and I'm hoping it's going to be all right. But yeah, like I said, bro, as the biggest thing I can tell you is if you want your girl to like your parents and you want your parents to like your girl, then you better be very aware of how you're talking about them in front of the other. As long as, like I said, if your girl pisses you off and you go to your parents and you bitch about it, their opinions may change. So you got to be careful about that shit. Same with your friends, same with all that shit, man. Saying anything about the hockey, you shoot the shit at this point. Well, this is the same conversation I would have at the bar right now. You know what I mean? Like we've talked. I think we've talked about doing taxes before. Like whatever. Again, it's the hockey is the catalyst for the conversation. Like it gives me a reason to be here. It gives people a reason to check in. And then I have a lot of fun with the play-by-play. I just really, it's a good time as far as I'm concerned. And from that on, it goes, Marchand goal, it's probably going to pop up. I'm a little bit behind. Okay, so this feed is way behind. I'm going to have to find a better one. There, it should be coming right now. This thing is way, okay, I thought this feed was a lot closer than it was. Here we go, finally. Good grief. Yeah, that was nasty. All right, I got to make this other feed work somehow. I can't believe how far back that one is. Good Lord. Get a goal here soon. I ain't worried. Yeah. That's one great thing about hockey. It doesn't matter till the third period anyway. Said it's just a matter of now getting a feed that works so I can actually watch the game. 9:06 on this one. So this one's at least a minute behind. That one doesn't work. Different teams in that Carolina game. Yeah. Well, we've been a different team since Mark Stone's been out. And that's really it. And it truly comes down to the special teams. Like like we had a 5-on-3 and then for a minute and 11 seconds and then a 49-second power play and we couldn't score. So it's when our special teams is trash, that's opportunities lost. There, I try. I'm really trying not to do this, but I gotta hit the head. Give me a second. Oh. All right, sorry. I figured I might as well grab a beer while I was out there. We're at 6.5 to go in this one. Shots are 2013. 2-0 Florida. Not looking like it's getting a whole lot better. Again, we're at 20 shots with 25, 26 minutes to go in the game. Like that doesn't happen. Our offensive side has been great. Defense has sucked, and we just can't bury the puck. It's devastating. Where's my aha? Now we're good. Howden working into the zone, loses his footing on the low boards. Good grief. Good job, McNabb, to get it back. Tries to send it to Barbashev, but we can't connect on a pass to save our ass. Holtz is in. Look at that. Okay. White Cloud back. McNabb resets all the way to his zone. Everybody changing. 5.5 to go. So I believe we're up to a minute behind. Puck up through neutral. Marchand making a move in against White Cloud. White Cloud able to force him around the backside of the net, but we have a penalty. Oh, we're in trouble. What up, Scott? Welcome in, buddy. I peeked in on Fortnite on you again a little bit earlier. It's actually wild to like remembering Fortnite as I remember it to seeing what the game is now is wild. Bernadette. I can only imagine because of the cost of being at the game tonight, but in my soul, I feel your pain. I agree 100% with those emotes. this sucks. Hopefully, you're having a couple of drinks with us here. But yeah, Bernadette, this is tough. Fortnite is crazy now. Yeah, dude, I start seeing clips of Homer Simpson killing like a stormtrooper at Disneyland. I'm like, oh, okay, I don't get the game anymore. Oh, I just spilled. Yeah, it's been it's been brutal, man. We got crappy feeds that keep buffering and a 2-0 loser. Not, hang on, let me check something real quick while I'm thinking about it. I got a thing. It's going to be a shit show over here, but we'll at least peek in. Let's see how far behind we are here. All right, so we're exactly on time with that one, which may be the way to go. Hang on a second here. It's a shine a Bach night for me. Nice. Got right on. It is a Michelob Ultra night for me. I back on July 4th, like the weekend after July 4th, my buddy gave me a case of Michelob Ultra that he just didn't want. And it has been sitting under my bed collecting dust. And every now and then I decide to pull one out. But I'm typically an IPA drinker. And like I love Stone IPA. Cool with the Lagunitas. There's the Sierra Nevadas, the 805s. Hey. Cheers, buddy. And an extra one because I'm not going to have, welcome back, Morgan. I'm not going to have beers tomorrow, but I want to cheers for Veterans Day. Go there, try the Shirts Brewery. Word. Oregon, I haven't made it up to. Centering pass missed by Reinhardt. Lindbaum able to shut it down so far. Jones, low dot all the way across. Shot coming in front towards Lindell. But a big defensive stick by the Golden Knights sends it back to Bobrovsky. See, I'm always up for trying new IPAs. Like I said, I'm not really a big beer drinker anymore. I used to be. But like Stone IPA is by far my favorite. I love it strong. Like I love bourbon, right? Like I like a little bit of strong bitterness. So like, or I like a stronger drink. Really good PK. The guys look like something changed. Dude, our PK has been on fire. That is one thing I will give to the boys is the PK has been on fire lately. We have played very aggressively. So the biggest thing that we don't do 5-on-5 that we do on the power play is our defense will stack the blue line. And we force dump ins, we force errant passes, we force trying to make a move and bringing people offside. We don't, when we're five, that was a big save, Lindbaum, and a clear by Vegas. 3 minutes left in the second, and the power play is over. But when we go on the PK, we meet them at the blue line instead of letting them claim the top of the circles, and it forces all kinds of errant shit to happen, and we abandon it at full strength. Think the Ducks going to win Pacific? Sugar Hill, man? You're probably right. I can't remember who I was talking to the other night. They said Ducks, Knights, Kraken, and I'm okay with that. I don't think that's how it's going to end up. I think Ducks are going to take first. I think we may be third. We may be wild card at this rate. I think we'll make playoffs, but it'll be tight. But I don't think Kraken will be up there. Puck all the way around, trying to feed it out to the point. Big stop by Dorofeyev, who dumps it in and gets tripped by Forsling as he goes in. We'll just forget about that. Dorofeyev tried to hit Forsling. Forsling didn't go anywhere. So we get a home playoff series. So got to play LA or Edmonton. Yeah, I don't. I don't see us being a home ice advantage. Just like I said, I think making it will be third or fourth. But I mean, we've got so much hockey. I usually don't make these kind of judgments till we get to like game 50. So I mean, we got so much hockey to play that you know, Vegas and LA isn't a rivalry. I mean, because even though we play each other, don't I don't think we've ever played LA in the playoffs. But we have played San Jose. We have played Dallas. We've played Winnipeg a couple of times, but I think that's the biggest thing is we just haven't played LA. Like I said, I'm thinking back, and I don't believe we've played the Kings in the playoffs at any point, but I really can't remember right now. Like San Jose will always be a rivalry because of that bullshit 4 minute or 5 minute major that happened to Eakin in the playoffs where they scored 4 goals on it. It's such a bullshit call. Okay. I'm not bitter. I'm not bitter. Who's bitter? To be honest, I'm still bitter about the 2001 national championship college football between Miami and Ohio State on what was the biggest bullshit pass interference call to happen in college football. Oh, Howden's going at Mikula. I like it. They're going to call him for roughing, but Howden went at Mikula. Tell me they're sending them both. All right, we got a second. Let's actually Google that. Wazoo fan for football and Seahawks. I ain't got shit. Hey, dude, you've got the best coaching. Hang on one sec. You have the best coaching decision ever made in the history of professional football. What are you talking about? I've never seen a better decision than throwing the ball from within the 5 yard lines while having a monster as a running back. Like, that is just so genius. I don't even know what you're talking about. Uh, brother, everybody in that fucking arena, everybody watching on TV. There were people in Bangladesh that never heard of football, turned on a fucking TV, saw that, and said, oh, they're going to run it. And then you threw the ball. Let's see. Okay, we played the Kings in one series and we swept them. No, we got swept. No. We beat lost. This is the Kings. Okay, we've only played LA one time in the playoffs and we swept them. So that's why they're not a rivalry. Dimes is doing good, looking prime. Yes, I'm not. Hey, a lot of things going better than Miami Hurricane football, bro. Yeah, Mikula punched Howden in the face. No wonder Howden went after him. I didn't see that part. But I can tell you, for the last 5 years, at the beginning of this year, even with Carson Beck coming to the Hurricanes, I said, watch, he's going to be fantastic for 5 games, and then he's going to throw 4 interceptions in one game. Didn't quite throw 4 in one game, but he threw like 3. I think he actually did, against Louisville. He threw 3 or 4. The next best wide receiver in the league. Yo, I hear you. I hear you. But there's a man named Malachi Tony. And there's a man named, I can't remember his first name, but Daniels Jr. Dude, keep tabs on Malachi Tony. Like, I definitely hear you, and I'm not enough of a football fan to really be educated in the conversation. I'll admit that right off the bat, but I've watched a little bit of college, and I'm very impressed. CJ Daniels, and Malachi Tony. CJ Daniels played at LSU for a couple years before coming, and then Malachi Tony was 17 years old when he started this season. And if you go back and watch Miami Hurricanes versus Notre Dame or Miami versus FSU, and you see this little ass dude rocking the number 10, cutting good, like cutting guys up. And you're looking like, yeah, that's a 17-year-old cutting these fools up. It's so good. All right. 35 seconds to go in the period. Minute 35 to go on the 4-on-4 as Mikola and Howden both go to the box for roughing. Theodore across the ice, back over towards Hannafin. He walks across the center, left back. Theodore past to Marner, trying to go up to Theodore. He'll go across the blue line instead. Eichel trying to feed it across, and Marner, for some reason, let the puck go. He either whiffed on it or he let it go. Coming back with speed, turning Reinhardt around. He's just set up Rodriguez, but Rodriguez fumbled the puck on a wide open net and somehow doesn't score. Good God. Ooh. Dude, cousin went to Bishop going, okay, now plays at USC. Proud of him? Hell yeah, dude, I would be too. That's a hell of a step. I mean, USC is like Bishop Gorman is one thing, USC is another, man. That's huge. That's awesome, dude. Good luck to him and going further. Like, going D1 is hard. So obviously, your man's got skill. That was like the one thing that I could claim. So there's the Brandon Marshall that everybody knows, and then there's the Brandon Marshall that played linebacker for the Broncos a couple years ago. And that damn, what name that alcohol starting to kick in? What name did I say? Brandon Marshall. It's like I could say that I played with him in high school, which is cool. Dude, Vegas was wild, man. Like when I went to school, if you look up the Monte Maliunas, one of them I think their dad played for the Chiefs, and one of the brothers or one of the cousins played for the Chargers, and their whole family went to Cimarron. Like, dude, football games were wild because they had a crowd of 60 in the stands. It was so much fun. But Theo Maliuna, I gotta find a way to reconnect with him because we used to talk Hurricanes all the time. Would be a Raiders fan, but I'm a Seahawks fan. Don't ever lower yourself to being a Raiders fan, bro. Come on. That one's college at Washington at Wazoo. See, that's cool. I definitely get it. Like my dad was a Miami Hurricane fan, so I was bred a Miami Hurricane fan. You know what I mean? So I get that 100%. But yeah, don't ever lower yourself to being a Raiders fan, bro. Come on now. Like you're worth more than that. I know that for a fact. But yeah, I hate that the Raiders came. I'm not a fan of Oakland coming to Vegas, but I'm also selfish and like basically Vegas has become California 2.0 or LA 2.0, and I've got no interest in that shit. Watching Minshew, man, yeah, Wazoo, right on. That's like, see, that's the cool stuff, man. Because like, if you ever watch the 30 for 30s, I think it's a 30 for 30. It might be an ESPN 60, but it's the U. As I remember going to Vegas, it's awful. Yeah, bro, it's awful. But if you watch the U part two, the 30 for 30, that's the U part two where they talk about the 2000 Miami Hurricanes. And I mean, that's the team that like Ken Dorsey at quarterback. Like Willis McGahee and Clinton Portis were backups to Frank Gore and somebody else I can't remember. DJ Williams was on the team. Ed Reed was on the team. Jeremy Shockey, Kellen Winslow Jr., Sean Taylor, Santana Moss. Like, I got to see those guys. Well, it's I got to see their early years because I was going to those games when I was like 2 years old and I was born in '90. So like I was there. Miami holds the record for home wins at 58 games in a row. I was there for game 58 and game 59 when they finally lost. Like, got to see a lot of those guys up close, and man, it's so fun. Like, I'm like got to go to the original Orange Bowl and got to do a lot of cool shit. Always a running back, 6'2", 215 word. My school said before I had my knee injury, I ran like Mike Allstott. Dude, that's a compliment and a half. That man was a fucking monster. Like, that dude was a fucking machine, man. So, yeah, that's definitely a hell of a compliment. Like, my cousin was built like Allstott, just a stocky ass dude who put his head down and ran through people. When I played football, I was tall and lanky. So I wasn't even at 200 pounds yet. And I fucked around in high school, but never really like I was always a baseball player and always loved hockey, always loved fighting and shit like that. But dude, I knew some guys in high school that were just fucking monsters. Like I said, Brandon Marshall is the perfect example. Said he played it's the Broncos made a good run a few years back and he played linebacker for him, and that dude was a machine. A Scatterbo jersey because nowadays, yeah, also Scatterbo was literally saying, dude, I watching him get hurt legitimately sucked. But one thing is the crowd gave him a standing ovation as he left. Like, one of the biggest reasons I don't like football or basketball is because I'm sick of overpaid whiny bitches. And like, I can't stand basketball. I will not watch it. But with football, you can't hit anybody anymore. Quarterbacks might as well wear a dress. Like, I'm just over it. But Scatabo's fun to watch, man. His highlights are electric. It is a good time. So when you have someone like me that just doesn't even, I could care less about the sport, checking in on clips and shit, like, you have something special there. So hopefully he gets back from his injury and he's just ready to go. And hopefully it holds up because any ligament damage is brutal. Like, I'm limited on what I can do for a bench press. Like, I have to do reps instead of weight because my wrist is so fucked up from stuff I did years ago, like decades ago. So I know how bad ligament damage could be. And I'm really hoping for his sake he can come back as clean, as quick as possible because dude is fun to watch. Jack's not in the fantasy team. It's pissed he had a head injury. Yeah, see with that, I know the name Jackson Dart. I don't even know what position he plays, bro. It's funny. I took place in fantasy football 1 year. I made it 2 games, and then I just left my roster up and was like, "Fuck it, whatever happens, happens." Like, week 7, somebody finally texted me and was like, "Dude, you realize you have 0 players playing because they're all hurt, right?" I was like, "I fucking whatever." Dude, hit Tim the other day at 305 on bench. Attaboy. There you go. Are you more into strongman training or doing like hypertrophy growth training? Like, for me, I'm too old to do too much shit. I haven't been to the gym in a month because I've been hurt. And so finally starting to figure out going back, but a new gym's opening up, like a branch of the gym I go, EOS. There's a new EOS opening a lot closer. So I'm looking forward to that happening, but I got to get my ass back. More into powerlifting. Team did a lot of weightlifting shows with dad. Hey, fuck yeah, dude. That's awesome. That's fucking awesome. Okay, right on then. So you're doing high rep or high weight, low rep. Dig it. Dude, like, I appreciate kind of I've really gotten into lifting. Like I used to just be like, okay, heavy shit, go up, me do a good. Like that was my lifting knowledge. And then over the last year, I've gotten really into watching, like a bunch of what's his name, Jay Cutler stuff, and like Dr. Mike Israel, Renaissance periodization. I love a lot of that shit. But I really enjoy watching Brian Shaw and Robert Oberst and Eddie Hall and all those guys. Usually Saturday for PRs and only PRs. Hell yeah, that's a good way to do it. Like watching Arnold Schwarzenegger, watching Arnold Schwarzenegger movies. Yeah, see, good, dude. Then if you're 22, your pops is probably what, 40? No, that's a little low. 45, 48, somewhere around there. They're like, did your dad, out of curiosity, how old your dad? Because I got to think he was enjoying a lot of the same shit I was, which makes sense that you would be at 47. Okay, I was pretty close. He raised me right. Yeah, hey, dude, like, I get that, that's what, 12 years older than me, but I get that because he was an 80s kid, I was a 90s kid. So he had a little more of a concept of what was happening in the 90s, but we enjoyed the same shit because the entertainment was the same. So yeah, no, he's definitely raised you right, bro. That's dope that you guys do it together. That's a big thing. My dad's the reason that I work out. Like, that's fucking cool, man. That I literally blast them, man. Yeah, there you go. See, I will say, as much as I know the old rap, I'm a metal guy all the way through, especially when lifting. Oh, there you go. Okay, yeah, we're good. We're good. Dude, Slipknot self-titled album and Iowa are great for lifting, especially Iowa. Um, Getting in when you start getting into shit though, like Eeyore and Sick is good, Wait and Bleed is good, but go to PR song and Psychosocial Word. See, I like when I lift to Lamb of God and Slaughter to Prevail. Occasionally I'll go like if I'm having a lighter day, I'll go old school with like CKY and I'll throw in like Static X. Static X is a big one with lifting, dude. It's great for lifting. Um, but yeah, like Slaughter's my usual. But then when it goes back to hip hop and stuff, like I know every word to the Chronic. I know all the old Snoop, but the best album ever recorded is East 99 and Eternal by Bone Thugs and Harmony. That's the one. I love Rocks. I love Nickelback. Though everyone hates them. It's not that I hate it's not that I hate Nickelback. I hate that you call them rock. And I'm joking. I'm totally joking. Dude, Nickelback gets a lot of hate, but they got some club songs, man. They definitely got some club songs. But like one of my favorite shows was Lamb of God and Slipknot. I got to see them. I've seen Slipknot twice. Um, but yeah, dude, going to shows and moshing, getting in fights and all that shit. That was me growing up, going out to warehouse shows and shit. Here, dude, the beer's running through me. I gotta hit that again. Give me a sec. After my first breakup at 16, Dad drove to the gym and lifted. So how you remind me? Yeah, dude, you definitely got a good pops, man. Good for you. You got lucky. Yeah, just like me, dude. I got lucky having the family I got, bro. Being born to the parents I have, man. Looks like you're just as lucky as I am. But hey, tell you what, I'm gonna take an extra second. I'm only gonna be gone like 2 minutes, but I'm gonna throw on the BRB screen. I'll be right back. That ended up being a little quicker than I thought it was going to be. See what happened in the other game real quick. We'll just dive back into hanging out. The Oilers came back and beat the Blue Jackets in overtime. Ridiculous. Oh man, go to his Metallica because that loves him. Go to his Faded Black. That's like the yeah. You had a similar bringing up because that's how I got into Metallica and metal and stuff. And like I said, I'm way more into very fast, incredibly heavy shit. Like I like it. I like heavy. Um, that started back in the day with like Cannibal Corpse, and then discovering um kill switch engage. I started leaning into like that's where I found like Bury Your Dead and Whitechapel. I mean, I love Pantera. Attaboy. There you go. I actually never got to see Pantera live, but I was supposed to go to Damage Plan. And a couple of months before they came to Vegas, that's when Dime got shot. Unfortunately, but yeah, Pantera's the shit. Dimebag Darrell's a hero. I'll say right now, Vinnie Paul said that Pantera will never reunite because Dimebag Darrell is gone. Vinnie Paul dies, and fucking Zach Wilde says, "You know what? Let's go Pantera." And I hate that. I don't like that. Honey for the win, boys. Got to fucking rally. Yeah, we just got to score. The only thing we got to do is score. We're offensively, we're doing everything right except getting the puck in the net. And Bob's doing a good job, but we have made him look way better than he's been. Cheers to that, buddy. I appreciate it. All right, we've actually been doing pretty good on the stream. I was here last year. Not a whole lot of effort, I'll admit, but I had a whole lot of fun. And I was really looking forward to coming back and streaming this year. And so far, it has been awesome, man. Bunch of people coming in, hanging out. Like you coming in, hanging out. Sugar Hill was in here the other day, hanging out. Just met him. Dan's been awesome. Scott's been awesome. Like Jesus is usually here right about now. Okay, I don't have to work more. Thank you to the veterans. Oh, big thank you to the veterans. We'll have another cheers for them in a minute here. But yeah, this same buddy. I got nothing to do tomorrow. That's the only reason I'm having a couple of beers. So good timing. Yeah, I'm typically here every day for one game. Occasionally I'll just take a day off. Yesterday I was planning on doing a doubleheader and I bailed out of the second game. I just didn't have the energy. But I'm typically here for a game a night. So, like, I still got to figure out what game we're going to watch tomorrow. But all Vegas Golden Knights games, except for the occasional Tuesday, I'll be live. Brothers in the Marines work currently, so proud of them all over there. Hell yeah, dude. Junior Beers rocking and rolling, working construction. Hey. Different paths, man. It's all good. Tell you what, man. Cheers to your brother. Cheers to all the veterans. A lot of my friends are veterans. A lot of my friends served in Afghanistan and served in Iraq. Got nothing but love and appreciation for them. Got nothing but love and respect for them, including your brother. Cheers to him. Cheers to the veterans. Hopefully we'll be doing this tomorrow as well, but as many thank yous as I can give to those that have served, I will give them. Those who have served and are currently serving. Let me make sure I include that as well. Yeah. I didn't include them in the SIP, so to the currently serving as well as the veterans. Shot on net goes wide, actually. Yeah, I'm about to watch the Fight Club race for the turn. Don't know yet. Shit. couldn't really get a whole lot different than your choices, but I dig your choices. Like, hell yeah. Hello, the total baby. Oh, hang on. Are we about to? Wait for it. I'm behind. I'm probably way behind. Good poke check by Theodore to shut down Marchand. Puck comes in. It goes back the other way. Dorofeyev moving forward at the red line, waiting for the change. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey. I feel like it's coming, so I'm ready for it. Throwing all the way up ahead, chase down behind. Bobrovsky plays it up into the corner. Down to Theodore. He winds up, takes a shot. It's loose up front, and Hurdle So, yeah, if you cannot tell, I am very behind. Usually I'm only like 20 to 30 seconds, but we are way behind. Big shot by Theodore. Hurdle on a leaping shot. Buries it. Oh, dude. Morg, you get to, you're going to be around for my favorite part of streaming. I got to go do something real quick, but my favorite part coming up. And the 5 period scoreless streak against Florida ends. All right, my favorite part. Yeah. For your Golden Knights with his 6th of the season, number 48, Thomas Hurdle, with an assist from number 27, Shea Theodore. Oh, hang on. Yay! Woo! Yay! And in the process of calling that, Florida, Petrie going to the box for interference. Thank you. Dude, that is my favorite part. And that goal buzzer is the Golden Knights' current goal buzzer. So everything about the goal is my favorite part, man. I have so much. Again, dude, you coming in is awesome because it keeps me wanting to come back because I have so much fun doing this. It is such a blast. Like, even when we lose, we're losing. That's how quick it is to change the vibe. And it's like, all right, now we're back to it's a 1-goal game, baby. Let's go. We're on a power play. Theodore leaves it back. Marner coming in. Loses it to the high corner, but it comes back down. Dorofeyev getting it low to Hurdle behind the net. Kicked out to Eichel up to the point. Theodore back to Eichel on the boards. Throw it at the net, and it ends up going wide. Come back, just the energy. Hey, appreciate you, bro. Like I said, it's anybody like you coming in that hangs out with me and chats. It makes it so much easier to keep the energy up. Because a lot of times it's just me doing play-by-play, which you can hear. I mean, you don't need to be here for that. So I'd much rather have the conversation and have the fun. So it's, like I said, this year's been a lot better than last year, and I've just really been enjoying it. And it is fun watching, even when we watch teams that are not the Golden Knights. The Golden Knights are by far easier to watch. They're a lot more fun, but all the other games too. It's just I love hockey so much, man. Like, it's just such a good time. Hannafin coming across the red line, dumping it in. 30 seconds left on the Vegas power play. And the puck comes back out. Okay, Vegas got me into hockey. Hell yeah, dude. I love it that the Knights got so many people into hockey. Like, it's, like I went to, it was before we won. It was in 2022. Hang on. Holtz just got a high sticking penalty. So with 18 seconds left, we're going 4-on-4. So that's not good. Our power play is so trash, dude. It's so trash. But we went to Orlando. We went and did Disney and Universal Studios. And we saw all kinds of night skier walking around. Like, if you ever get a chance to watch a Florida game in Florida, doesn't have to be against the Golden Knights. Any team against Florida in Florida. During the national anthem, the Panthers yell red whenever red is said. But the Knights you'll hear the Knight shout. And that's wild to happen in Florida when the Knights aren't playing. It's coming any minute now. Dude, there's got to be a closer feed than this. There has to be. There's one that's a little bit better, I guess. We just don't look good, man. Even when we look good, we don't look good. Let me see. How far is this one back? Okay, this seems to be a little bit closer. I'm still going to be a good 20 seconds, 25 seconds behind. That's what I'm saying, bro. I'm used to the Knights. I'm used to the Knights losing by now. What are we 7-7-3 going into this one, or 7-8-3? I think this is game 15. So we're 7-3-4 going into this game. When I thought we played, I thought we lost way more. That is just embarrassing that I thought that. But yeah, unfortunately, Vegas is just not able to hold it together without Mark Stone, apparently. And again, it's not, I mean, we have 22 shots on net. We had 20. We've had 2 shots in like 15 minutes of play that got on net. Hang on, shots on goal by period. For us, 13-7-2. For Florida, 10-9-1. So we just stopped shooting the puck. Hurdle trying to get it across, shot. And stop Bob Rotsky. Everybody's up there with an opportunity. Season has got a Stone injury out of the way. Yeah, right. Yeah, that's going to be the only Stone injury. And dude, the thing that pisses me off is his injury didn't even get called for a penalty. It was an obvious slew foot that took him down and busted his wrist. But nah. It's okay. It's okay. So annoying, dude. That one's way back. Can I get a feed that works that's not an hour behind, please? Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, man, I usually don't make season predictions until we are like postseason predictions till we get to like game 50. Like everything that I say at this current point about the guys is out of saltiness and being bitchy. 100%. No problem admitting that. But there is something to say about how bad our power play is without Mark Stone. and it is bad. I mean, like I said, I've said it the last couple, or since Mark Stone got hurt. If you want to know what an MVP on a team looks like, look at the Vegas power play at the first game of the season, and then watch the Vegas power play this game. And instantly you can see what Mark Stone means to this team. And then, in my opinion, he is one of, like, he at the very worst, he's top 3 defensive forwards. It was a broken wrist, so 6 to 8 weeks. So we still got a couple of weeks left, Dan. We'll get one back. We'll get back to that. Hopefully, Morgan. Hopefully, I'm with you on that, though. At least we got it out of the way. But yeah, Dan, it's as far as I know, it was just a broken wrist. Thank goodness. Like, if it was a sprain or ligaments or anything, that could have been really bad. But with a broken wrist, typically it's 6 to 8 weeks. You figure Mark Stone's going to be get me out of this damn cast. So say 6 weeks plus 2 weeks to recover, or probably 5 weeks in the cast, 2 weeks to recover. Comes back probably after Thanksgiving. And again, that's not a lot of knowledge on the injury, and just going off of what I've experienced when it comes to busted wrists. Shot from the low point. Bobrovsky makes the save on Hannafin. 12:16 to go in the third. Shots at 24-20 Vegas. Hurdle out and one. Too bad it don't mean nothing. Let's see. We're right there on face-off percentage, but 0 for 3 on the power play, and Florida's 1 for 3. We go 1 for 3 with them, and it's still a 1-goal game. But we had a 5-on-3 we couldn't score on. Well, Vegas makes a play. Other than that, I couldn't give a fuck. Yeah, basically, more. Like I said, I really, really love the game of hockey. So even when Vegas loses, it's hard for me to turn off the game. Though I've done it. But I'm obsessed with hockey, man. I love this game so much. No, it sucks. We were winning the shot battle. We still lose. Absolutely. And it's because, again, when Florida had an opportunity at a wide open net, they made the shot. We have had 4 in the last 2 games. We have had 4. This is as easy of a goal as you will possibly get kind of shots, and we missed them all. You know? And then on top of that, our power play cannot score. It's obnoxious. Very much an is what it is kind of thing. I mean, until somebody steps up and figures it out, not a lot that's going to change. We're just like, and we're basically at the point where until Stoney comes back, we're in trouble. Marner shot would have made this a 1-0 game. Exactly. If you count the Marner shot, and then we get one goal on the 3 power plays, it's a tie game. Hannafin's shot goes wide of the net. 12:10 to go in the third. Shots at 25-20 Vegas. Puck out of the zone into neutral. Not cleared deep, but whiffed on the shot, on the pass going back the other way. Korzak to Hannafin up the low boards. It's a foot race. Jones gets there first. And Florida controls. Floating puck as Marchand goes back and tries to dump it deep, but Hurdle's able to reset, get it clear. Sod cutting up through center, goes to the high boards, trying to send it behind the net, can't get it there. See, it's weird. For some reason, every now and then, messages are not popping up on my chat, but they are popping up there. So my girl has really curly hair, and she was like, please, God, don't pull my hair the first. All right, that's a... I'm not going to lie, a little bit of a little bit of an interesting segue, but I can dig it. McNabb trying to throw it across, gets it there, and he scores! I got to go do the thing. Give me a sec. Of course, we can come back. There's a reason hockey games are 60 minutes. Favorite part of the game. Hang on. We get set here. That was different. That's not how I use it. For your Golden Knights with his 7th of the season, number 49, Ivan Barbashev, with an assist from number 3, Braden McNabb, and a secondary assist from number 93, Mitch Marner. Yay! Yay! Bro! Yay! Dude, we're going to end the season with 31 overtime points. Go 31, 20, and 31. Now, division-wise, I do see the Ducks hitting points first. Winnipeg's usually up there. Like, here's the thing about our division. Winnipeg will do fantastic until 10 games out. Then they'll start struggling. And then Hellebuck will be completely burnt out because he plays 75 games a season. So Winnipeg, they'll make it, but you don't have to worry about them. LA showed us that they can't finish a game, especially in the playoffs. They'll give up 98 goals in the third period. Seattle, San Jose, they're better. They've had, like Anaheim, they've had so long to rebuild. They've been so shitty for so long. They've had enough time to rebuild. So San Jose, maybe not this year. Next year will be a different story. I think that covers it. Barbashev with a 4-game point streak. He's going to need to come in big here. Oh, no, he got that goal. That's right. I just said that. I just announced his fucking name. So nice having an older girlfriend. So I call him. It's so upset, bruh. The molded chicks are fun, but Careful. That's all I'll tell you, bro. Careful. Been there, done that, get it, got it. Trust me, I get it. Nah, dude, hey, if there's one thing I will preach, bro, get married young and have a bunch of kids. But dude, she's 24, almost 25. Yeah, no, that's you're on target, bro. Like I said, the way that I feel about it, man, find the one you want to marry her, and start having kids. Ooh, just slam down, stick behind his skates. I'm not sure why that's not a trip in that situation. I mean, you push him down, it's one thing. Icing on Florida, 8:19 to go in the third. Shots at 27-20, Vegas. I said, don't really get that. He's wrapped around him with this stick in his skates and no call. It's like on top of that, bro, just make sure, like, spend your money on memories, not shit. Like, if you don't need to spend the money on it, fucking don't, man. Save that money up and go do shit together. That's going to be way more worth anything. Like, unless it's a quality of life improvement, you don't need it yet. Like at 22, bro, you don't need shit unless it's going to make life a little bit easier, a little bit quicker. So save your money and enjoy going and doing goofy shit. Like in Reno, you're a little further away than a lot of stuff, but that's true. You're planning a Hawaii trip for a first trip together. Attaboy, there you go. Perfect example. Perfect example. Go make those memories, bro. Anything you buy will be fucking useless in a year or two. Just go and do shit together. And especially if everybody likes each other when they meet tomorrow, then that will be your cue to do like a once a month dinner at your parents' house all together. Do shit like that. Do shit that involves the family, because anything where you guys are gonna, and make sure to do it with her family if you're able to do that. Keep the family involved and start building it together, man. You'll be all right. You'll be happy. That's the happier way to go through life. I promise you, man. Like my dad was 30 when he had me, and he did everything with me. And that's one of the coolest things, man. Having a young dad, physically fit, like you, going and working out together, you know what that means to you. And your dad being 47, he had you at 25. So that's your dad's the perfect example, man. Get married, have kids. Puck coming out to neutral. Misses everybody, but ends up on the goalie. 6:45 to go in the third. Stick breaks, and Vegas recovers on the clearing pass, trying to go across. They're trying to force the pass too much, dude. Trying to go back out to the front. He doesn't have a stick. He's going to have to kick it. Marner better be able to do some work with Barbashev in there. Barbashev gets it up to the point. Theodore hesitates on the shot. It's buffering, you son of a bitch. Shot by Theodore goes to the back glass. Of course it does. Why does he have to shoot every time he touches the puck? Another shot attempt. Puck's loose right up front, and Florida recovers, and they're going to get it clear. Damn. Like I said, we're right there. A little bit of puck luck, and this is a different game. Dude, McNabb playing a little aggressive on Marchand. He had help, so it wasn't too much of a bad idea, but little aggressive. Theodore gets it all the way up to Dorofeyev. No icing. Rodriguez gets it back up to the blue line, and they clear. Vegas resets. Hannafin feeding it up to Hurdle, goes across, trying to hit Dorofeyev, but is picked off. Offsides on Florida and a good break for the Golden Knights with 5.5 to go in the third. Shots are 30-20 Vegas. Woo. Now it's just a matter of waiting. Either they score or we do. Uh, yeah, where's the crying face? I gotta find it. No way, Vegas. Let's go. I didn't know there were games on. Hey, man, you better click that bell and get your notifications turned on, sir. What's up, brothers? It's funny. Uh, Stygian Wolf. Oh shit, attaboy. Dude, Stygian Wolf wrote me on Discord. It's in where he's at. It's getting down to 27 degrees. And I was like, dude, you're getting way too sad. You gotta realize the good that's coming from you suffering in 27-degree weather. I'm nowhere fucking near you, so I'm not suffering at all. His clutch up. That you're 100% right, Morgan. 100% right. But Jesus, that is cold. I'm glad I'm not dealing with it. Like, dude, the best thing about social media is JJ Watt was on X bitching about not being able to watch the football game or having to go through all these extra steps. And because of social media, I'm able to tell him to be a fucking adult and pirate the game. Like, sometimes the world's kind of cool in the way things have worked out. Say, look, he missed the snow. Hell yeah, dude. It's not even low key, to be honest with you, brother. I just miss it. Because the thing about being cold is you may look ridiculous, you may feel ridiculous, but you can layer up and layer up and layer up until you're warm. I mean, my dad got me a beanie that is an electric heated beanie. Like, technology is cool now. You can do a lot of stuff in the cold. So dude, versus it being 113 degrees and it's fucking miserable. Shot coming in mid wide of the net. Liverpool to get some snow. I love it so much. Yeah, dude. So, like, I went to college in Flagstaff, Arizona, up at NAU, and they would get 200 inches of snow a year. Like, I was there for one of their like heavier snow years that collapsed a couple roofs, and it was awesome, dude. It had 94. Excuse me. Had a 94 Bronco that could handle whatever that weather gave, and it's so much fun. Like, I miss the snow. I miss snowboarding. I snowboarded through high school and college, and I haven't gone in a few years or many years. Yeah. Okay, we just had a buffer a moment. I'm about 45 seconds behind. Yeah, I've been to Reno a few times, man. I like Reno. And pour that thing apart so I can saw your old U.S. history teacher at the store night. Nice. We're in Boston seeing him because my senior year was TA for him. See, that's awesome, man. That's a funny story on the same idea. When I was a senior in high school, I was a TA for the CAD teacher, Mr. Wolf, and his wife ended up falling off a horse and breaking her back, so he had to leave, and they brought in a like a substitute, and He was in for a couple weeks. It was like the last, or it might have been the last couple months of my senior year. But so I was 17, and there was a concert on Fremont Street. I still remember it was Sugarland. Billy Currington and Sugarland. I remember Billy Currington being on one stage and Sugarland was in the middle stage. So I ended up going down there with this girl I worked with and one of her friends. And I'm set, like, I got a tall boy in my hand. We've been drinking all night. And I hear this voice, and I hear, you shouldn't be drinking that. And I was like, I didn't hear my name. I didn't know it was addressed to me. So I was like, whatever. And then a dude kind of walks up to me and goes, you should not be drinking that. And I look over and I realize it's that substitute, which like I said, I was the TA. So I made, as good of friends as you can with a substitute teacher being a high school student. Like, just shooting the shit, like sports and stuff like that. And I look at him and I was genuinely like, I have no idea what to say here. And he goes, bro, I'm fucked up on 151. I got nothing to say to you. Cheers. And we cheered drinks and we enjoyed the show together. And then going back to class, it was just a little nod of like, how you doing, brother? I'm doing good. How you doing? All right. Just never talked about it again. Fucking awesome, dude. Bumping into teachers, especially when you're drinking age, it can be fun sometimes. That's going right into the empty net. No, it goes wide. Icing with a minute 22 to go. Ooh, that puppy does like just wide. Minute 23 to go in the third with the face-off happening in the Florida zone. And we got a timeout. I'm watching the app more than I'm watching the screen because we basically know it's coming. Oh man. All the beer's gone. Perfect timing. 4 beers isn't bad. It was so damn nervous, yeah. It's like I definitely get emotionally invested in the game. If you can't tell, I get very invested in the game. But I've become much more of a. It's like in the past 2 years, I've probably watched like 700 hockey games. So now I'm so like numb to the point where I'm like, okay, thank goodness, because I used to get pissed. I used to get real nervous, real pissed, anxious, whatever. Theodore trying to set the puck back. Hurdle loses it. And a good diving save by Mitch Marner. What a play to save that one. We still have a chance for 32 seconds, according to the app. So I'm watching the app more than I'm watching the game. 10 seconds. Yeah, that's got to be it. And game. It's a shame, man. Unfortunately, like I said, until Mark Stone comes back, we're broken. And it's really annoying. But as I'm saying that, like, dude, we have 31 shots. If we score once on the power play, we're golden. If Marner makes his shot, we're going into overtime. You know what I mean? It's not taking care. It's not taking advantage of opportunities. That's what kills us every time, man. and our power play. We have like 2 power play goals in the last 10 attempts. Terrible. Just terrible. But what are you going to do? Apparently, getting in their ass doesn't work. I'm assuming that's what Cassidy did. The thing that's annoying is after every post or during every post game interview, Cassidy says the same shit that I've been saying all game. And what happens next game? We look the exact same. So I don't know where their emphasis is. I don't know. Like, it's got to be on the mentality. We shot more than we did last game, and we looked much closer to a couple games ago. Like, we are a team that should be averaging 30 shots on net, not 20, which we did tonight. I said, Bob Roski, first of all, shout out to Bob Roski, shout out to the Florida defense. They beat us. Let's make no qualms about that. They were better than us today, 100%. On top of that, like, our defense just, even when we look better, we just don't look clean. We look like we're scrambling, like we're panicking. We look like our decisions are being made very, very irrationally. And I mean, like I said, when we got the captain out there, he's barking orders. It's definitely a lot better. You've seen that, and especially with the power play. But as good as Mark Stone is with all this, we should have more. Like, if you watch the Vegas power play now without Mark Stone, it looks completely different. I get that. Like, go to the first game. What you're going to see is Marner skating across the blue line. Eichel at his spot on the wall to the right of the goalie. Stoney down on the baseline to the right of the goalie. Hurdle right in the center of the slot. And Dorofeyev on the dot to the left of the goalie. That's what the Vegas power play looked like before Stone got hurt. Well, now you take out Stone. You have to add in Theodore for some fucking reason. We were doing great with 5 forwards. But then Cassidy makes the decision to put Theodore back in, who is a waste of fucking space. Shea Theodore, give away Shea. It blows my fucking mind how useless he is. And he has no business being on the power play. We were kicking ass with 5 forwards on the power play. Why don't we have 5 forwards on the power play? It makes no sense to me. Stone gets hurt, so let's go with Theodore. No logical sense. Get his ass out of there, put any forward in his place, and what will be fine. But they can't, they don't do that. I said, defense is looking weak. Get Theodore off the ice. Get Caden Korzak on the ice. Get Ben Hutton. I'm sure we've got a defenseman who's better than Shea freaking Theodore. And let's try to actually win a game. Let's try to coach ourselves. Let's try to manage ourselves into a win rather than forcing square blocks through a round hole and losing repeatedly. Carl Lindbaum does not deserve the losses that he has. His stats suck because of his team, not because of him. And it's getting to the point where, bro, if I'm Carl Lindbaum, I'm like, please get me somewhere that helps me out. Fucking please. Please. But that's not what's happening. So, take a look at what game will be here for tomorrow, and then I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Get some food, get some sleep. Tomorrow we have the Maple Leafs and Bruins. That's the game we're watching. That was way easier than I thought it was going to be. So, Toronto Maple Leafs versus the Boston Bruins tomorrow at 4 p.m. So, much earlier game. Okay, we're here for all the Vegas games and then try to watch one, usually earlier. Just depends on what I think would be the better game. Hey, Morg, buddy, I appreciate you hanging out with me, buddy. That was had a blast talking to you. Vajitas, much love. Dan, if you're still in here, Scott, everybody that usually comes and hang out, much love to you guys. But yeah, more keep an eye on. I usually try to post the game that I'm watching before noon. So if you keep an eye out, you see a game you want to pop in for, would love to have you back in here to chat. Usually live every night, but very rarely do I miss a Golden Knights game. So that'll wrap it up on another disappointing loss for the Golden Knights. But we will be back Thursday against the Islanders. We get sad, we get bitchy, but we come back for some stupid reason because we're freaking fans of this stupid organization. And we love those bastards. Yeah, all right, but I'm out of here. Good night, everybody. We will see you tomorrow, late afternoon, 4 o'clock game. Have a good night. And Morg, I'll be asking how it went with introducing the girl to the parents. See you guys later.